Hi, I'm Dennis Daly. We all have our heroes, and one of mine in broadcasting was commentator Edward P. Morgan. He was on ABC radio every night, and as a late grade school and early high school student, I had to tune to a station miles away to hear him. But I got to be addicted to his broadcast. He used words I'd never heard before. I would write them down and look them up. Bear with me on the audio quality, because this is the way AM radio sounded when you had to sit through something you really wanted to hear. Edward P. Morgan and a commentary based on Shakespeare from the early 1960s.
Turn to bureaucratic obsequiousness can make calamity of long life. An open society begins to close when one would bear the whips and scorns of the oppressor's wrong. But how can he know he is bearing them if they are secretly connected to a tap on his telephone? The proud man's contumely is compounded when he discovers that the jealous pangs of a despised love or the ruthless ways of a business rival have driven, with the connivance of an ex-cop, a spiked recording mic through his bedroom wall. How much better that the law delay the invasion of the constitutional right of privacy than, by hoodwink or batting the shuttlecock of responsibility to and fro, speed the collection of eavesdroppings which are more properly the fertilizer for the nightshade of spy growth in a totalitarian window box than topsoil in which the flower of freedom can thrive. However prestigious the image of J. Edgar, intrepid and perennial captain of the Special Palace Guard, however powerful the political dynasty that now Sir Robert heads, it is good night, sweet prince, and a kind of mutual insolence of office for both, when one lets not the other know whom is being bugged. As for the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, it is time to turn the tables, to lose patience and spurn as unworthy and without merit, a system which substitutes suspicion for trust, which demands that nearly 3 million bureaucratic lackeys swear a kind of loyalty to the crown, and then subscribe to serving the political world. Under such a circumstance, is it to wonder that a federal underling, finding himself so harassed, might his own quietus make with a bare bodkin, only to have the coroner discover the instrument with which he dispatched his life was wired for sound? And who indeed would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, especially when the chances are the fardel is really a camouflage bundle of live microphones? But is the faith in the homeland's way so small and puny that the doubt becomes akin to the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns should not puzzle the will, because the thoughtful have discovered the frontier of that country is closed, and ideas that slip across are tracked down if possible and killed, run through with a bodkin perhaps, to discourage the interchange of open minds. Should this not make us rather bear those ills we have than to fly to perfect the police techniques of others so well that we know not of the closet from which Big Brother is listening and focusing over the invisible TV channels his all-seeing eye? In truth, there is the testy problem of those varlets who would pillage the kingdom by any means, including the intelligence garnered illegally by the wire tap-tap-tapping outside an innocent's door. But there is something rotten, and not just in the state of Denmark, if, to catch a thief or hire a loyal subject, we have to subvert the whole domain. Thus does the unconscionable insistence on a national computer bank filled with the dossiers of every citizen make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sickled o'er with the pale cast of thought. Thought that somebody on high has your unlisted telephone number and heard you say, forsooth, that the section chief got boiled at the Christmas party and consorted with the queen of the typing pool. And thus deflected, great society enterprises of great pith and moment from the humble halls of Harlem to the shores of Vietnam. With this alarmed regard for security risks, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. With this, madness comes, and her name is not Ophelia. This is Edward P. Shakespeare Morgan saying good night from Washington.
One of my biggest thrills as a junior in high school was spending 3 afternoons with Edward P. Morgan in Washington, D.C., watching him do his nightly newscast. I'm Dennis Daly.